Hello, everyone. I am so excited to welcome Cletus Kuunifaa, and he is the author of Improving Job Seeking Outcomes at Public Libraries, a Case Study. Cletus, can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Sure. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate that. Um, as a context, as a scholarly practitioner, I try to identify phenomena in my workspace to investigate so that findings could enhance service delivery and contribute to the field of librarianship. So I serve as the coordinator of the Career Path Center at my library, and I observed there was the need to continuously, refine the center's program to improve job-seeking outcomes for patrons at the library. And so, as you are probably aware, most communities are in significant need of job and the business counseling resources. And so the Career Path Center was created to assist community members with these services. So this book is nonfiction and is the product of an action research study aimed at improving career services at public libraries. The research described in this book was actually a response to the pandemic to orient community members back into the workforce, to improve the job-seeking outcomes at the libraries, and to provide a template for setting up career centers while measuring their impact within the community that the library serves. So the book is basically targeted at public libraries, library and information professionals, public institutions that desire to help their patrons navigate their careers and improve their job-seeking outcomes. So I think that improving job-seeking outcomes for patrons should be top priority for public libraries, especially that after a pandemic, to put job seekers back into the workforce. And so by offering job and business-related workshops in ensuring that our patrons have the capability to improve their assets in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitudes they possess in order to gain employment. So the book is a very thoughtful and data-driven approach to strengthening public library services that supports job seekers. I also want to add that the book also supports a framework for establishing career service centers at public libraries, since libraries are well positioned to make this happen. So it is of significant value to any public library with a career center to assess and evaluate its services to the community that they serve. So basically, it's a timely resource for institutions who are aiming to bridge the gap between library services and real-world employment needs.
Wow, this is such an important topic, and I think that this is something that is so needed for people. I know going through the process of trying to find a job can be so difficult if you do it alone, if you don't know, where to look, or even if you don't know kind of what career you might be interested in. So I think that this kind of book is going to be really, really great for people, and I think that it's going to give a lot of really good information. Cletus, what was your inspiration for writing the book?
Oh, wow. I didn't think about this, but then, it probably comes from reading those novels on the bookshelf that my dad created. My dad was an educator. In fact, he passed on last 2 years. But when growing up, I consumed the writings of Agatha Christie, Jane Austen, George Orwell, and then the many African authors, that I read. They actually had positive impact on my language development. So with this mindset that reading improves one language, I knew writing could make very serious differences in the lives of people. And so I ventured into it with this publication. But As a professional librarian, my inspiration actually stems from the desire to share knowledge, advocate for the profession, connect with others, and then highlight the vital role librarians play in supporting communities and fostering lifelong learning opportunities. As you probably are aware, many people think that libraries are just the brick and mortar institutions that they are, but no, we are more than that. The traditional function of libraries has shifted, to include more innovative ways of assisting patrons with other information seeking needs besides books. So today, for instance, in most libraries, they offer diverse services, including the Library of Things, where you could check out an item. If you don't want to buy it, you could check it out, go have a use it for one day, bring it back. And so we had a seed libraries where you could check out seeds and go grow, in your garden. Passport application, services. We have notary services, of course, career services. We have wellness and fitness, programs, and what have you. So I want people to know that libraries are learning centers. I want people to know that libraries are resources for, in the communities. And I want people to know that libraries offer diverse services to their patrons. And so they should visit us and access all of these, resources that we have.
Wow, I think that this is such good information and knowledge to get out there because you're right. A lot of people, I think, feel like, oh, a library is just a place where you just go check out a book. And, people aren't thinking about all the different resources that libraries offer, especially how you talked about job seeking resources. So I think that this is just great. Cletus, is there anything else you can share about the book or any messages within the book or anything else about yourself?
Um, for me, I when I visualize and set goals, I try to put my mind to believe that it's possible, and I keep it, I keep at it so that I could actualize it. So here I am today, a Ghanaian, born immigrant. And today I'm a scholarly practitioner. I'm an award-winning librarian. I'm an educator, an author with degrees in French, law, library science, and a doctorate in organizational leadership from the University of Dayton, Ohio. So these could not have been achieved without a disciplined mind, but apart from this, I enjoy watching soccer, tennis, and athletics, But one funny thing though about me is that I, I, there's something in my mind, and I keep thinking about it. I keep dreaming about it, and that is, I want to visit Japan. Yeah, and
Oh, wow.
yes. So, I mean, in conclusion, the book is actually very relevant for academic libraries too, since it is a product of action research. And so the idea was to investigate the phenomenon and offer practical solutions, to improve the services for our patrons. And so I hope people, they pick it up and read about it, especially libraries, institutions, and people who might want to create their own career path centers at their various institutions.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for creating this book. I think that you, with your background and your success, I think you're the perfect person to have written a book like this. For anybody who's interested in picking up a copy, again, it's Cletus Kuunifaa, and the title is Improving Job Seeking Outcomes at Public Libraries, a Case Study. You can get it on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and Apple Books, to name a few. Thank you for being with us today, Cletus.
I thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.